Today is Tuesday, which means that it's time for another live Q&A all about eBay, Amazon, dropshipping. I'm your host as normal, Paul J Lipsky. The way this works is pretty casual. You come in here and join me live, ask your question in the live chat, and I can put them up on the screen just like this, just like I am for Bobby here. So thanks, Bobby, for being here. And I'll answer any questions that you guys have that I'm able to answer. If you're not able to join us live, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification so you get alerted when I do go live. And then leave your question in the comment section, of any of my videos. I'll take a screenshot of it and put it up on the screen just like this so I can answer it during my next live Q&A. But do consider joining us live because it is pretty fun. Now, the topic of today's live is about managed payments. So those of you who are selling on eBay, if you're watching this live or right after it comes out, I'm recording this July 14th, 2020, and by tomorrow, by July 15th, many sellers are supposed to be enrolled in eBay managed payments. So what does that mean? That means that if eBay sent you an email telling you that you need to enroll in managed payments, you need to register for it, you need to do it by tomorrow. I would do it today. I don't know if they mean like you have until the end of the day on the 15th. I wouldn't risk it. Do it by the end of the day today, because if you don't, eBay has specifically said that it could interrupt your selling. That if you do not enroll for managed payments and you're supposed to, then there's a chance there might be a period when you will not be able to sell at all. So even if you didn't get this email, and even if you did get the email, still click the link underneath this video. That will bring you to the page where you're supposed to do the registration. That way you can check whether you're supposed to register and you didn't, or two, if you thought you did and maybe you didn't. So let me show you what I mean here. So this is what it will look like. I just had it. Okay, so if you need to register, this is what it's going to say. It's going to have a big blue button here that says register now. That's how you know that you're supposed to register and you haven't yet. And it'll give you the date. In this case, it says late July 2020. So if you see this, you better register. Now, if you see this one, this means you've successfully registered, you're all on board. Now it's just a waiting game. So eBay has said that this is going to roll out late in July 2020. Expectations are it's going to happen around July 20th because that's when eBay does everything, on the 20th of every single month. So we expect that's when most of us will start using managed payments. Definitely stay tuned to the channel because as soon as it happens for me, I'm going to go in there, see how I like it, make a live video like this, and we can talk about pros and cons of it. I expect that to be about the 20th though. If yours looks like this means you're not eligible for managed payments as of right now. And if you do want to ask them to be enrolled in managed payments, you can click the button that says express interest. Doesn't really matter if you click it or not, because by the end of the year, most sellers will be using managed payments. Now, unfortunately, even at this juncture, where as of tomorrow, we need to enroll, and in 5 or 6 days from now, we will be inside managed payments, there are still a lot of questions about how it will work and what it will look like, and all these different questions about managed payments. So for instance, a big question I have is, will new sellers be using managed payments right away? I don't know. Or if someone starts using eBay today or the next 3 weeks, are they quickly going to have to switch over to managed payments? A lot of unknowns here. Now, luckily, eBay is at least giving us some more information about managed payments, and I want to share that information with you guys today. But before we do that, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, I would appreciate if you hit that like button down below. So let's share my screen here, and you can see that this is an article by eBay, and this is something that I haven't seen. I think this has been updated because this page used to look different, and I'm not sure at what point it changed. This used to show us the old eBay fees, the fees under PayPal, and that's obviously changing with managed payments. I'm not sure when that updated, but this is it. And just so you know, these are for anyone with a store subscription. So if you don't have an eBay store, there's a different article for that and different fee structure for that. But I'm going to talk about what your fees are going to be if you have a store subscription, because with a store subscription, your fees are lower, and most eBay sellers, most drop shippers are going to have a store subscription because it does save you money in the short and long run. So the prices, these are the prices for the store subscriptions. These are the insertion fees here, which they don't really give a number for that I was able to see. But this is really what we are. Oh no, here they are. Yep. So 30 cents, 25 cents. So not a big change there. But what I'm more interested in are the final value fees, because this is really what makes a difference here. And we're going to skip starter stores because I always recommend you go for a basic store or higher. That's when you really see the difference. So for most of these categories, as you see, the final value fee is 11.5%. Not for every category. So for instance, books is a little bit higher. Heavy equipment's lower. Cameras is lower percentage. But most items are going to be 11.5%. So that's great because that's 11.5% plus 30 cents per order. And that's great because that's lower than what we are currently paying under the current system, which is PayPal and eBay, which works out to be about 12.05%. And that's a big difference, 0.55%. That makes a big difference. And I think for most orders, you're going to end up saving money with managed payments over eBay and PayPal system. So pretty good news here. You can go through all of these if you want. eBay has always done this where they charge more in some categories and less in other categories. But in general, even here it says everything else, 11.5% for any total amount up to $2,500, and then there's a different amount for over that. So that's where it currently stands. Happy that we finally have this article that kind of explains that to us, because that's something we've definitely been looking for and looking for answers on. So props to eBay for doing that finally at the last minute there. Okay, I wanted to give a shout out to some of my students who are crushing it with their dropshipping stores before we get into the Q&A. So first, we have Arthur here. He said, "Hey fam, just wanted to motivate new members. Been doing this for 6 months, $78,000 in sales. So congratulations to him." By the way, that's posted inside the private Facebook group just for members of the dropshipping course. Here's one of my students doing $35,000 in the past month on one of his accounts, and here's his other account, or maybe it's the same account, I'm not sure, $9,500 in the past week. So really solid numbers with his Amazon store. Again, a member of my Amazon Dropshipping Titans course. So I just wanted to kind of give a congratulations to those students doing really, really well. All right, let's jump into live chat. We have Hussam here. First, again, welcome, man. Thanks, Bobby, again for being here. He's saying, "I already gave the video thumbs up because I know your video will be good and informative." Thanks, Bobby. I really appreciate that. And I also appreciate everyone else giving the video thumbs up, too, if you are enjoying the content so far. We have some Hussam asking a question. Looks like Bobby was able to answer it for him. All right. Yasiru says, "I've been selling for over 1 month, and my limits have not increased yet. Do I need to wait until eBay automatically increases my limit?" So as a new seller, generally eBay will not increase your limits automatically. You have to actually contact them and request a limit increase. Now, luckily, this Sunday, I have a video coming out all about how to increase your limits, so you're going to want to check out that video. But the short answer is, in your Seller Hub, when you get to the little widget that tells you about your selling limits and what they are, there's a button there that says Request Higher Limits. You have to click on that. eBay's going to call you, and you should be good to go. Now, one warning, now might not be the best time to request a limit increase. So if we scroll down to the bottom of this article, let's see if it's changed. As of this morning, though, the wait time, they're not even letting you call right now. And they're still open. But the wait time this morning to talk to eBay was over 300 minutes. I think that's because, one, with COVID happening, they've been backlogged just in general. It's been harder to reach them. But two, with managed payments rolling out, I'm sure they're getting a lot of people calling, asking questions. They are reaching out to sellers, telling them to enroll. So they're really tied up. And again, maybe not the best organization in terms of how they're rolling this out, but it's happening. And just wait a few days for managed payments to blow over, and then you could try to contact them. See. Okay, Bruno says, how do you stay profitable after government fees and taxes plus the 10% final value fees? So I think what you're talking about is sales tax maybe. So first of all, 10% final value fees. That's like under the old system. So with eBay, you used to charge 10% without a store plus PayPal fees at 2.9%. You need to get a store subscription. That's going to lower your fees under the old system to 9.15%. Or if you're using managed payments flat, it's going to be 11.5%. And there's going to be no PayPal fee with managed payments. So that's why it's lower. So that's the first thing I would recommend. Do that. That'll help lower your fees. But also with sales tax, there's 2 times sales tax comes into play. One, when you are purchasing the item from your supplier. When you are purchasing from your supplier is usually going to charge you sales tax because they don't know that you are going to resell the item. Now, if you go through the proper procedure and fill out the proper paperwork to let them know that you are going to be reselling the item, then what's going to happen is they're not going to charge you sales tax. So you're going to save all that money. And when you then sell the item, something fell down. When you go sell the item, eBay, for most states, eBay is taking care of the sales tax. So let's say you're selling this can and it's $100, okay? You sell it for $100 and eBay now has to collect sales tax for it. So maybe they collect sales tax of $5. The $5 doesn't come out of the $100. The customer gets charged $100 plus an additional $5 for sales tax. eBay holds on to that $5 and eBay sends that $5 to the state at the end of the month. So you don't have to worry about it. So it's not like the $5 is coming out of your $100. So just keep that in mind. So if you become tax exempt, you get a store subscription, and you realize that you don't have to worry about sales tax in most situations when you're selling the item. That should make it a lot easier for you. Okay. Literally just made my first 2 sales on eBay. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Just a few hours ago. So congratulations. Hit that thumbs up, folks. Let's see. Thanks for all your help in here, Bobby. Bobby's in here helping some people out, answering questions. So I appreciate that, Bobby. He's kind of giving a breakdown of what his numbers look like. So 9.15%, 2.9%, 30 cents, profit margin 8%. Yeah. What is up, Noah? Thanks for being here, man. How you been? All right, let's get to a question I had saved, and then we'll find some more in the live chat. Oh, thank you, Jim, for this great review. Just kind of wanted to give him a shout out and thanks for saying my course is a great course. Everything has been easy to understand. Very good examples and demonstrations of different techniques. So thank you, Jim. Really appreciate that. We went through those. All right, first question. So I made a video a while back all about how to use cashback credit cards and cashback websites. And I think there still can be some confusion about how they work. So if you're shopping on, let's say, a website and you're first going through a cashback website, when you do that, you're not going to see the discount when you check out. So you're not going to see, oh, I went through a cashback website and then shopped on Home Depot. I should see a 2% discount. That's not the way it works. The way it works is, let's say it's a $100 item. You'll still pay $100 for the item on Home Depot, but then later on, you're going to get $2 back from the cashback website. So that's the way it works. You're not going to see that when you place the order. And if you use a cashback credit card, you're not going to see the discount when you check out. You're actually going to get a credit or points from your credit card company later on, not right away. Or it's not going to come off when you place the order. Okay, Collectors FC says, hi, I have single multi-listings with 250 low-value items on them. People will often buy 40 items from one listing in one order. So I will pay only 30 cents and not 40 times 30? Yeah. So this is a question about managed payments because there's some confusion. Let's say in this example, he has one listing for tape. Okay? One listing for tape. And he has, let's say he says, I have 40 of them available. Okay? And someone buys all 40 of them. Well, let's say they're $1 each, just to make this easy. So, all right, I don't know if I'm... No, I had internet connections, guys. I don't know if it let me... I tried to restart the stream. Don't know if it's working. So, guys, let me know in the chat if it's working again. Let me try this. Try refreshing. I apologize for that, guys. As you see, I'm not in my normal setup. We're traveling full time, and sometimes the internet connection isn't great where we are right now. I'm in a family member's garage. So, okay, looks like we are back. So just refresh, obviously. Okay, cool. I don't remember what I was talking about, so let's just jump into the live chat and start answering some of these questions that you guys have. What's up? Let's see. Okay. Let's see some good questions in here. Okay, let me throw up one of these and I'll find another question. Okay. Ribeye Rocket says, I've been drop shipping for about 4 months now and I have gotten a few sales. I shipped the items from Walmart and Banggood and put their shipping address. The problem is when I provide the tracking number and carrier, it just says tracking provided. It doesn't say it's shipped. So you have to make sure that any supplier that you use ships with a method that eBay recognizes or carrier that eBay recognizes. So things like UPS, FedEx, all those are fine internationally from China, ePacket. You don't want to use one that eBay is not going to recognize. And that might be the issue that you're having. You didn't specify what carrier it is, but you want one that's trackable and that eBay actually can recognize and track themselves. Okay, let's see. I got a message from eBay saying I have to pay money for a one-time payment. What is it? It's probably your invoice. So eBay invoices you every single month and you need to pay that. And if you don't pay it, your account will be suspended. They take that really seriously. So don't fall behind on your payments. Pay them off. Otherwise, your account will be suspended. And right now, you don't want that to happen. Because if it happens now, you have to call in to get it unsuspended. And like I said before, wait times are really long right now. Pay your $43 so you can keep selling. Can I ask some questions about DR15? That sounds kind of familiar. Let me Google it. Or DuckDuckGo it. Sales and use tax return for Florida. Yeah, I asked the question. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to answer it for you. That's just a form that anyone who lives in Florida or has Nexus in Florida needs. That's the paperwork they need to complete for tax exemption. How many items should you list daily? So this first depends on what your limits are. If you have low limits, you're not going to be able to list that many daily anyway. But let's say that's not an issue. My recommendation is, if you're really serious about this, you should be listing every single day, okay? Or nearly every day. I mean, maybe like 5 or 6 days a week, or hire a virtual assistant to do it. We've just found that the more consistently items are listed into a store, the more eBay seems to like it, the more that they seem to put your items higher in the search results. It just seems to be better overall for our accounts if we list items consistently. Now, with that said, again, the question is how many? And that kind of depends on you and your time. One thing that you should do is really focus more on better listings, okay? So I'd rather you list one item every hour that is well researched and you make an awesome title for it and you just have it perfect than for you to list 20 items in an hour, but you don't really give much thought to them and you're not even sure if they're good sellers. So that sort of thing. Get really good at listing quality items and then list as many as you can in a day. I like to do at least 25 a day into our accounts just to keep the momentum going with them. But we have high limits that, we have a lot of room to play with. No, hi, I am Hassan. I have a new eBay account. I bought only one item from it. The account is about 6 months old. Should I buy more items from this account before I start selling, or am I good to go? You can start selling on it. I mean, we have people open accounts and start selling right away without buying items. So it's not necessary for you to buy items like that. Yeah, as of right now, your fees are not automatically paid when you sell. Under managed payments, a lot of our fees will just come out of the order total. So our final value fee, it just comes off the top and we just don't even get that money, the final value fee. We get the rest of it. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier. It's kind of a bummer too because it's nice to be able to pay the invoice with our cashback credit cards, but that's not going to be an option any longer, unfortunately. Can I place my personal items and dropshipping listings on the same eBay account? You can. Should you? It's up to you. I mean, I think it's a little bit unorganized. I like to have all my I only do dropshipping. My recommendation is always to keep things separate, just keep things organized. So that when you get an order in, oh yeah, that's a dropshipping order because it's on my dropshipping account. If you're able to keep track of that, then fine. But if you're selling a lot of personal items, then you might want to start a second account just for those items and a separate one for dropshipping. Oh, sweet, man. It's amazing how much I've learned on YouTube with you. I can't imagine how much I can learn with your course. Appreciate that, man. Really nice thing to say. Hey, what's up, Sean? How do you handle returns when you drop ship the item from Walmart and you sell it on eBay? Pretty simple, actually. So a customer on eBay will ask to return the item. All I do is contact Walmart, tell them, hey, I want to return this item. Walmart will then send me a prepaid return label. I then take that label, send it to the customer on eBay. The customer on eBay takes the box, packages it up, puts a shipping label on it, and sends it off to the Walmart warehouse. Walmart will then refund me, I refund the customer, and that's it. It's pretty simple. I still don't have to even handle the inventory. Hey Taylor, what's up? Says, I have enough money for your course in dropshipping, but I'm under 18. Where should I start? What would be my first thing to do? Now, unfortunately, you really can't start this until you are 18, so there's not much you can do besides just educate yourself. I would watch a bunch of YouTube videos. I would learn how to do this, learn as much as you can by watching YouTube, connecting with people on Facebook. Once you turn 18, you can set up a bank account, you can set up an eBay account, and start the ball rolling. Another option is talk to your parents or guardian. Tell them, hey, I'm really interested in doing this. Can you help me with this? Can I do it under your name? And with their permission, they can have an account and you can help them run it, basically, and be able to do it that way since they're over 18 and you're not. But yeah, watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Just learn as much as you can. You got plenty of time. Let's see. Gotta put some people in timeout for spamming. Oh yeah. What should you do if you have multiple eBay accounts but only one of the three received the email telling them to update to manage payment email? So that's why you should click that link I sent you. The first link underneath this video should be the first one. There's a bunch of links in my description. Some links for free training, some links to my courses, but it should be the first one in there. Click on that for all your accounts. And if it says this one, where is it? If it says this one, it says register now for that account, then go ahead and register. I know I have a bunch of eBay accounts, and for one of mine, so for instance, the one that I use to like make my YouTube videos and to make my course, like I don't actually sell on it, it's just like a teaching account. That one I can't register for. It doesn't have the option. But my other accounts do. So I've registered those ones and just kind of waiting to see what happens and when it happens with those ones. And I presume I'm going to get, or assume I'm going to get an email later this year about that third account. Let's see. All right. Stream not in the camper, Paul. Yeah, probably should have stayed in the camper. Seems a bit better connection in there. Will there be Payoneer in the upcoming payment options? I don't think so. So this is another update. I should have put this at the beginning of the video, but I forgot to tell you guys about it. So where is it? I took a screenshot of it. It was a very important update. Here we go. So the question, I've been getting a lot of questions from people who love using PayPal, and they want to know if they can transfer money from their eBay account, their managed payment account, over to PayPal. And the reasoning behind that is, well, they use PayPal to pay their suppliers, people that might do wholesale, or you can shop using like Home Depot or other websites except PayPal as well. And some people don't even have a business bank account. They use PayPal as their business bank account. And we all know, you should know, that in this business, and with any business, you should definitely keep your personal finances separate from your business finances. Even if you don't have a LLC or a corporation, it's always a smart idea to keep your business expenses, your business income, all your business's money separate from your personal finances. And the best way to do that is have a separate bank account and a separate credit card or debit card. So I always recommend getting an actual bank account, but some people don't even use a bank account. They just use PayPal. So they want to keep doing that. They don't want to open up a separate bank account. So they want to know, hey, can I transfer directly from eBay over to PayPal under managed payments and kind of use PayPal as my bank? And I wasn't sure of the answer, but I did a lot of digging around and kind of found it buried a little bit. And unfortunately, the answer is no, you're not allowed to. And that's because eBay does not support direct deposit accounts. You can only link a checking account to receive their payouts. So I said this before too. You have to link a bank account, and I said I'm not sure if they would accept a savings account, but I advised against it anyway. And now we know they won't accept a savings account, and they will not accept a direct deposit account. It has to be a checking account. Direct deposit accounts are not compatible with managed payments at this time. So maybe in the future it will be. As of right now, it's not. Please ensure to provide only a checking account where the name, address, and business information on the bank account matches the name and information provided to eBay. So they're saying a lot there, and unfortunately, it like wasn't entirely. I don't think like a lot of people reading that will understand the full implications of everything that it says. First of all, they do not accept, you can't transfer to PayPal or any other sort of direct deposit account. Second of all, it has to be a checking account. You can't use a savings account. And third, make sure the name and address on that checking account matches exactly with the information for the owner of your eBay account. And I've seen this trip people up already. They've said, well, I didn't know it had to be the same, or I thought if as long as this section was the same, then it's fine. No, the owner of the eBay account, the name and registered address has to match the name and address of the checking account. And that's for verification purposes, so make sure that you do that. But unfortunately, no, you can't transfer it to PayPal. And I doubt you can transfer it to Payoneer either for the same reason. So on YouTube, there's an option to put someone in timeout, so they can't ask another question or post another comment. And unfortunately, Bobby, I'm so behind on the live chat all the time that I don't even see the the spamming that's going on. But once it comes up, I can put someone in timeout. But I also answered Hashan's question anyway. Hey, what's up, Jason? Nice for being here. No. So when someone buys something from you on eBay under managed payments, they have a few different ways they can pay. They can pay directly with a credit card. They can pay with Apple Pay eventually, Google Pay, and also even with PayPal. But that PayPal is eBay's PayPal, so you're not going to get charged fees. You only get charged the 11.5% or whatever it is for that category, plus 30 cents. You do not get charged an additional PayPal fee. Because that's eBay's kind of PayPal account. So eBay would be paying fees to PayPal. Standard is 2.9%. eBay definitely has negotiated a lower rate for that. I mean, all these big companies, like if you open up a company, and you start processing credit cards, the credit card companies are going to charge you. Maybe it's like 2.9% is pretty standard. But if you're high volume, they give you a discount. So anyone who's doing high volume like eBay, they're not paying the full 2.9% to PayPal. Okay. Okay. Let's see a question. So that one. If you keep getting offers on listings and you don't want to have offers, just ignore them. I know it's annoying, but that's what we do. We just ignore them. Can you sign up using a credit union? As long as you can get a checking account with a routing and checking number, then you can use it. How do I know if I'm signed up to use managed payments? Again, click the link underneath this video, first link, and if you're registered, it will say this: you've successfully registered for managed payments. So make sure you check that. I'm still a college student and my credit card limit is only $500. Should I use my debit card to drop ship? So you should use your credit card for as much as you can and pay it off as often as you can. So some credit card companies will let you pay it off as many times as you want. But most of them at least will let you pay it off multiple times a month. So that's what you should be doing. And then, yeah, for the rest of it, you should be using a debit card. Since the managed payments are going on, what's the best time to start your course? Right now or after everything settles? Taylor, that's a good question. I want to be like 100% honest with this. If you sign up like now with an eBay store, my understanding is right now all new accounts are still under the old payment system with PayPal, and that later on this year you'll move over to managed payments. Now we are going through that transition right now, all us existing sellers. It so far hasn't been that bad because we just had to register for it and that was it. So I just don't know at what point they will ask you to switch over. And with that said, I don't want you to lose out on any potential gains that you could be making right now. I mean, we see with what's going on with the pandemic, we are seeing explosive growth for e-commerce and online sales, and it's still going. So now is actually an amazing time to start any online business and to sell anything online. And I think it's a great time to take advantage of that. And if you can get that momentum going now, then by the time you switch over to managed payments, it's not going to make a difference, first of all. And you'll be plenty ready for quarter 4, which I think this year is going to be the biggest it's ever been. So I think it's totally safe for you to do it now. But of course, I'm going to be updating the course with videos about managed payments like ASAP. As soon as I can, as soon as I'm able to get in there and try it out for myself, those updates will be added to the course. Thanks for the reminder, Bobby. 81 watching, only 26 thumbs up. Smash, smash, smash that thumbs up. Thank you, Bobby. I appreciate it. What's the main difference between the different suppliers? Different softwares like AutoDS, SKUGrid, DSM Tool, etc. So there's a few differences. First, the most obvious one are the suppliers that they work with. Some of them are going to work with more suppliers, some of them less. AutoDS works with all the suppliers that I use and that I like. So that's a really good fit for me. And I just found them to be really reliable with a lot of the features that I like. So they're all going to have different features. Some, for instance, like what I like about AutoDS is it has both in one. It's both the lister and repricer on one website. Not all of them are like that. Some of them require you to use multiple websites, and I like to have everything in one place. They also have some other features that I particularly like when it comes to repricing items and listing items and making them look nice. All those are built into AutoDS, which I really like. Okay. For Walmart returns, do I still send a prepaid Walmart label if the buyer just changes their mind? Yeah, I still do, because we got to get it back to Walmart somehow, and I'm not having them ship it to my van. Will too many Walmart returns, will they cancel my account? Probably not. I'm not going to say it's never happened. We've seen it happen before, but I've seen it happen on one account where it was fairly new and they got a lot of returns right from the beginning. But we've been selling with Walmart for a long time on the same account, and so have a lot of other people, and they haven't had an issue. Can we use a personal bank account on a managed payment eBay account store if the eBay store is registered as a business? And change later. I think the answer is no. So again, eBay says the information has to match, and if it's a business, where's that? Please ensure that providing only a checking account where the name, address, and business information, if applicable, on the bank account matches the name and information provided to eBay. So my answer is going to be no. You got to make sure you get a business bank account that matches up with the eBay store name. Or not the eBay store name, but the registered name on the eBay account. So let me be clear about that too. So inside of eBay, you can say, hey, this account's owned by Paul Lipsky, and I give the name of my LLC and the address, but the name of my store might be something completely different. Let's say the name of my LLC is Retail Products LLC, okay? But the name of my eBay store might be Go Products. Completely different name. So on my bank account, it's not going to say Go Products. It's going to say the other one, whatever, the LLC. That's the one that has to be on the bank account. Okay. Thank you for the awesome comment. I'm obsessed with your videos. One of the best sources for dropshipping is you. My question is, do you have any videos explaining how to set up profit percentages and other settings on AutoDS? I want to be I want to be completely transparent and honest about this. I do, but that's something I kind of have reserved for my course, because the course is really designed to walk people through step by step how to set up eBay, how to set up PayPal, how to set up AutoDS. So I don't have anything similar to that on eBay. On YouTube. Obviously, I talk a lot about dropshipping here on YouTube. I show a lot of different things here on YouTube, but for everything in one place, a step by step, the only place I have that is actually inside my course. Yeah, you just have to wait right now. Let's see. Can two people be in your store at the same time, your VA and you? Yes, that's fine. Says there's a change to AutoDS. Okay, I'll have to add that to the course. Yeah, I don't want to give you an answer right now unless I double check it. You can ask that inside the private Facebook group, and so I can go back and double check it. Thank you, Bobby, for the vote of confidence. Paul's courses are well worth the investment. You won't be sorry. Thanks, Bobby. Really appreciate that, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those. This is kind of really annoyed me about eBay. So they were asking a lot of us to register for managed payments by July 15th. And a lot of people were dragging their feet. They weren't registering for it like eBay wanted. So I don't know who came up with this idea, but they said, hey, we'll give you a $50 invoice credit if you register by July 15th. And they sent that or before the 10th. They sent that like July 1st. Now this doesn't make any sense to me. I think it's really wrong. So all of us who were on top of things, who responded to eBay's email and actually registered, as soon as we got that email from eBay, we don't get the $50 invoice. But people who waited until July 1st and then registered get a $50 credit. Which is kind of unfair, don't you think? Like, it reminds me of the time I went to this event and I registered early for it. And then like the week before, I guess they didn't fill up all their spots, so they gave it like 50% off. And I said, well, I wanted a 50% off, and I got penalized for registering early. I don't know. What do you guys think? Does that sound fair to you? I feel like they should have rewarded people who registered early for it. And the other thing to consider is that if you don't register by July 15th, you can't sell anymore, right? So that should be motivation enough. They should send out another email saying, hey guys, if you don't register, you're not going to be able to sell anymore. So forget about the $50 credit. You won't be making any money because you can't actually sell. So that's what they should have done. Instead, they've rewarded people for procrastinating. But hey, if you got the $50 invoice, good for you. Where are you? I'm in a garage. It's the coolest place in the house. It's pretty hot right now. That's why I'm kind of sweating a little bit. Do I need to disconnect PayPal from eBay? No, there's not really a way to do that per se. The way that you're thinking. From what I hear, it's just supposed to happen. It's just supposed to switch over. There's nothing you have to do besides just registering. Okay. Yeah, good point. can we change the checking account after we submit one to manage payments? You can't change it right now, but I assume that once we are actually inside managed payments, that you'll then be able to change it. Okay, I'm gonna scroll through here quickly. Wow, what an honor. Thank you, Paul's best. Yes, sorry, Paul. I'm going to be doing this under 18, and maybe in the future will reflect. Smash the like button. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I had to change my store name to match my checking account. I use a personal account for eBay, but don't mix personal finances with it. I don't think you had to do it that way. I think as long as the registered name is the same as the checking account, that's all you have to do. But I'm just kind of curious if someone told you something different, like over at eBay. Oh, thanks, Remington. Appreciate it. Is there only one course that you offer that covers everything, or are there other courses? So I pretty much have two main courses. One to learn how to dropship on eBay, and one to learn how to dropship on Amazon. If you want to learn how to dropship on eBay, the eBay course is everything that you need. If you want to learn how to dropship on Amazon, the Amazon course is everything that you need. So just pick which one that you want. If you're not sure, I actually have a quiz. I think it's in the description of this video, the quiz to find out which one's better for you. But for most people, as beginners, you should be starting with eBay. It's much more forgiving, much easier for beginners. So that's the one that I would dive into first, eBay. It's also a cheaper course. Should I switch over to managed payments even though I only sold one item? If eBay's telling you to, then yes, you should. If they're not telling you to, then you can't register anyway. So do whatever they tell you to do, because that's what you need to do. Okay. I had a bunch of questions I didn't get to answer. Where were we? Maybe we did answer. We actually answered this one already. Someone else asked a similar question. Okay, Dave says, I love your videos, Paul. Question. I have an eBay shop. I go to Amazon and see an item in their bestseller and put that on my shop at a small profit. Why wouldn't the customer just go to Amazon and buy it cheaper? Thanks. Regards, Dave. Dave, the truth is some buyers will just go to Amazon and purchase it. But the other truth is that not everyone will. A lot of people, they just want convenience. So they're coming to eBay. That's the website they're familiar with. That's the one they're comfortable with. That's the one that has their credit card stored, so they feel comfortable and safe shopping there. And they're just going to shop there. It's convenient for them. It's easy for them. They can't be bothered shopping around. So I know we think that most people shop around, but not everyone does. They just come to the one website. They think that eBay always has the best deals. That's where they're going to shop. They're paying for the convenience of shopping on one website instead of shopping on a bunch of different websites. So look, these people, they only shop on eBay. So if they don't shop on Amazon, there's a lot of products on Amazon that would not be available on eBay were it not for us dropshippers. So we as dropshippers, we bridge that gap between what customers want and where those items are available on other websites. We answered that one. And hey, Paul, says Theo, thanks for the amazing video. I wanted to ask you in the live stream, but unfortunately had to miss it. My question is, do you have your eBay stores linked to TaxJar via API, or do you do it manually? Obviously, API is more efficient, but I'm a little bit worried about connecting my program to eBay's API. That's a good question, and I want to answer this because it's a huge misconception once people start to understand how API, non-API works. So API is a way for developers to create programs, software, that connects directly into eBay. It's like integrated into eBay. So you see this a lot with bookkeeping software, like for instance, QuickBooks. A lot of you are familiar with that, or GoDaddy bookkeeping. The way that works is like if you're using it for your eBay account, it will actually link up with eBay. And every time you make a sale, eBay will send the sales data to QuickBooks so that you can see it in there without having to actually do anything manually. It kind of automates that. It's really great because it allows all these third-party software to work directly with eBay, even though eBay is not the one developing the software. But eBay did develop the API program specifically to allow this to happen. They encourage people to use the API. They have an API developers conference every year. This year it was digital. So it's something that's very much allowed and encouraged by eBay. Now, where we run into the issue is that eBay doesn't want their API being used for certain reasons, like automatically repricing items based on the price of on a competitor's website. So that's where we run into issues. Now, we can do that if we use different means, not API. So that's why we use non-API software or non-API version of repricing software like AutoDS. So in that situation, we have to use the non-API. But for other situations like bookkeeping or TaxJar, it's totally allowed and encouraged to use the API version of those because that's what's there for. So I hope that makes sense. Kind of clarify the differences. I'm outside the USA, drop shipping from Walmart to eBay, but all my orders from Walmart are being canceled. There's a billing address issue. They do this a lot. They want to make sure that no one's trying to fraudulently use someone else's credit card. They are super hyper sensitive to it. So best thing to do is to buy a gift card and just pay with the gift card. Eventually, they will accept your credit card. The more they get used to you using it. But for now, just get a gift card. It's easier. Oh, wow. Thank you, Thrifting Girl. Appreciate it. I love the cat. You the best. Thanks to eMarketing. So unless eBay sends the message asking for managed payments, I don't have to worry about it. Generally, yes. But again, click the first link under this video. Make sure it doesn't tell you you're supposed to register. If it says you have to register, register even if you didn't get that email. Whoa, thank you for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know. Again, congratulations. Made my first sale with your course. Thank you so much. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Wow, I'm getting like a lot of love here, guys. I really appreciate this. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm going to close it out for today, but I really appreciate you all coming to the live stream. Consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell notification so you don't miss the next one. And if you guys made it this far, you might really love this video I made recently all about, what video is this one? Trying to remember what video I wanted to put up here. Well, it's a video all about returns on eBay because I get a lot of questions about how returns work. So if you're curious how they work for dropshipping, a much more in-depth explanation, click on this video right there, and I'll see you guys there in just a second. Bye for now.